Number 2 together, we had that weird fraction problem. There will be another fraction we'll take a look at on the back. But starting out with number 1, Tyler drives at a constant speed of 70 miles per hour. Okay, fill out the table, figure out our K. So, X is hours, Y is the number of miles. How many miles has Tyler driven in 0 hours?
7. 0.
0, right? Almost got you. 0 hours. What about after 1 hour? How far has he gone?
70.
70. Where'd you get 70 from?
From the sentence.
From the sentence. 70 miles per 1 hour. Right? So how far would he go in 2 hours?
140.
140.
210.
What about 3 hours?
210.
210. 4 hours?
280.
280. Okay, we're seeing the pattern, yes? Okay, stay with me, guys, okay? Okay, that's not staying with me, guys. We should be focusing on this, all right? We'll go to lunch soon. So if we're going to find K, we got to find the constant of proportionality. K is a lot easier to say. What is K equal to? It's something over something again. What was it? Y over X. Okay. To find my Y, I'm going to go to my table, and versus this is what I was talking about with the arrows, okay? How do I get from 70 to 140?
70.
I'm adding 70. Okay, that's my Y. So is that going to go on the top of my fraction or the bottom?
Top.
The top. Then I'm going to look to my X. How do I get from 1 to 2?
Adding 1.
Adding 1. That's going to go on the bottom. 70 miles in 1 hour. What is 70 over 1 equal to?
70.
70. And then we'll combine our units, miles per hour. Miles per hour. So we found the constant, that's 70, and interpreting what it means, that just means add your units. Are we talking about 70 feet per second? Are we talking about 70 days per month? I don't know. Here we're talking about 70 miles per hour because we're talking about Tyler driving, okay? So when it says interpret what it means, which means add your units on the end. All right, give me a thumbs up if you got 70. Anybody get 70 on their own? Yeah? Okay, good, great. Let's jump down to number 3 since we already talked about number 2. It's that weird fraction one, number 3. Kevin's practicing his three-pointer in the gym. He can shoot 8 three-pointers per minute. Okay? So after 1 minute, how many shots has he attempted? If he can make, or he can shoot 8 per minute. After 1 minute, how many has he shot? 8. Right? Talia, this way forward. Thank you. Now, take a look. We got to be careful because the next number is not 2 minutes. Right? It's 3 minutes. So if he can shoot 8 of them in 1 minute, how many can he shoot in 3 minutes?
24.
24. Right? 8 in the first minute, 16 after 2 minutes. Now we got 24. Okay? How do I get from 8 to 24? What did I add to 8 to give me 24?
You added 16.
We added 16. How did I get from 1 to 3 on the top? By adding 2.
Adding 2.
That's pretty ugly. I'm going to write that again. Plus 2. All right? So if I continue this pattern, I add 16 again. What is 24 plus 16?
40.
40. Right? If I add 16 again, what do I get? 56. If I add 16 again, what do I get?
72.
72. Right? To find K, we're just going to put our Y over our X. What was our little plus down on the Y? How much did we add from Y value to Y value? Right here on the box.
16.
We added 16. What are we adding on the top?
2.
We're adding 2, right? 3 to 5 is plus 2. 5 to 7 is plus 2. 7 to 9 is plus 2. What is 16 divided by 2?
8.
8. 16 shots, 2 minutes, comes out to 8 shots per minute. And that was the information we got in our initial problem, right? It says Kevin can shoot 8 three-pointers per minute.
Is it okay if I put 8 3-pointers per minute?
Exactly. That's totally fine. You could say 8 three-pointers per minute. 8 shots per minute, same thing. As long as you got 8 and you're putting those units, totally fine. Now we're going to do something else. We're going to extend the table. What does it mean to extend something?
To make it longer.
That's right. So we're going to give it a little bit more boxes. Okay? And we want to know how many 3-pointers he can shoot in 15 minutes. Good afternoon. 120. Tariq, how'd you get 120?
45 times 8.
Okay, good. 45 times 8? 15 times 8.
15 times 8.
Yeah, good. So Tariq did it this way. He did 15 times 8. He could shoot 8 of them in a minute. For 15 minutes, that gives me 120 shots per minute. Oh, sorry. That doesn't sound right. 15 times 8. Oh, no. Yeah, no minutes. It's just 120 shots. My bad. I'm getting ahead of myself. Another way we could have done it is by just following the pattern on the table, right? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. What's next?
11.
11, 12, 11. Yeah. What's after 11?
13.
13. We add 2, right? And then what's 13 plus 2?
15.
15. Okay, so this is where I'm looking. My number right here is going to be my answer. If I add 16 to 72, what would I get?
88.
88. If I add 16 again, what do I get? That one's harder. You got it. 100 and 4.
You got it, Mason.
104. If I add 16 again, what do I get?
120.
120. And that's exactly what Tariq got by multiplying. Which way's easier, doing this table or just multiplying? Multiplying is probably a lot easier, right? This is what we're going to add in today, is the multiplication aspect of it, okay? Who did you need, Miss Bassan?
I just need to get
Oh. Okay, sure. Any questions there on number 3? Doing okay?
Yes.
Okay, let's take a look at the back. I got 2 on the back I want to talk about. I want to talk about number 7. I want to talk about number 9. All right? So number 7, we're comparing the number of rotations in a certain number of seconds. Okay? We could say this is I think what I meant for this was a bike wheel. Okay? So how many times does a bike wheel do a full rotation in a certain number of seconds? All right? So on the bottom, how do I get from 5 to 10?
Plus 5.
Plus 5. How do I get from 10 to 15?
Plus 5.
Plus 5. On the top, how do I get from 10 to 20?
Adding 10.
Adding 10. How do I get from 20 to 30?
Adding 10.
Do I have the same change on the bottom that I have on the top? Sorry. Do I have this the same change here as I do here?
Yeah.
Well, it's 5 and 10 with 5 and 10. I know the way I worded that was confusing. That's my bad. But I got the same. It's still confusing? Okay. Are all my changes in y the same? 5 and 5, are those the same number?
Yeah.
Yes. Are all my changes in x the same? Yeah, 10 and 10. So that's constant. This is going to come up later. So if I put y over x, what does my fraction look like? Is it going to be 10 over 5?
Yeah.
No.
No. It's going to be 5 over 10. Right? Now, in 5 over 10, where's my smaller number? Is it on the top or the bottom? My smaller number is on the top, right? So that's going to stay a fraction. If my smaller number's on the top, we have to keep it as a fraction. How can I simplify 5 over 10? Can I divide the top and the bottom by something?
Yeah.
Yeah, what can I divide it by?
5.
By 5, good. On the top, what's 5 divided by 5? 1. And on the bottom, what's 10 divided by 5? 2. So we get 1 over 2, right? My units here, this is where it gets tricky, right? My k is going to be 1/2 of a rotation per second. Not 1 rotation per 2 seconds, okay? Whenever we're finding k, our second value should always be 1. So half of a rotation per 1 second, right? 70 miles per 1 hour. 8 shots per 1 minute, okay? So the fraction ones get a little bit tricky. Does that make some sense though? Yeah? Okay. And then number 9, we're going to quickly go through. How do I get from 24 to 36? Plus 12. How do I get from 2 to 3?
Plus 1.
Plus 1. K is equal to y over x. My y is 12. My x is 1. What's 12 divided by 1? Just 12. So 12 problems per hour. Not yet. 12 problems per hour. Anybody get 12 for number 9?
Yeah.
Good. All right.